Bad news for anti-vaxxers. It seems that you were in much more of a minority than you thought. And this is according to a new poll conducted by Reuters Ipsos. Now, this poll found that 78% of Americans believe that all children should be vaccinated. Now, it gets better. 70% of people think that schools should be able to suspend unvaccinated students during outbreaks of contagious diseases. So if we have an outbreak of something, you can send these unvaccinated kids home. Go home. Go home, stay out of the school. All right, so what about allowing unvaccinated children into schools at all? Well, 65% of people polled think that schools should be able to refuse enrollment at all. If you are not vaccinated, you should not be in public school. You could be homeschooled, whatever, because that is always an option. And to be honest, that's an option that's taken quite often. But most people, a majority of people, a very sizable majority of people, say we do not want the unvaccinated people in our school to be able to spread diseases. And this, of course, comes from the recent measles outbreaks that have happened in California. Now, according to the CDC, there have been 3 such measles outbreaks, resulting in 154 different cases, confirmed cases of measles. And if you can remember, there was one that happened in Florida. Or I believe it might have been Florida, might have been California. It was Disneyland, Disney World. I always get them confused. But nonetheless, it happened in a very public place, and a lot of people did get sick with a disease that we thought that we eliminated through vaccination. And it turns out the anti-vaxxers brought it back. Now, according to the poll, and this has something to do with politics. Now, we get into the politics of, for example, Rand Paul, as well as Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey. They both had recently said that parental choice. We believe in parental choice when it comes to vaccines. Rand Paul said you should vaccinate your kids after a walk back. You should, but you shouldn't have to. The government shouldn't tell you to vaccinate your kids. Now, according to the poll, only 38% of Americans hold that same opinion as Rand Paul and Chris Christie. They said no, parents should not have that choice. 40% did not agree that parents should be allowed to choose whether to vaccinate. So there's a majority here. More Americans think you shouldn't have a choice to vaccinate your kids than believe you should. You know why? It's because they understand that this is a public health issue. This isn't an issue of personal freedom and choice. And why is that? That is because the choice that you make will directly affect other people, other children, people who can't get vaccinated due to health reasons. You're endangering them. You're endangering babies that are unable to get their vaccinations, and people who are too sick, people who have weak immune systems. You are putting those people in danger when you do not vaccinate your children the way that you're supposed to. That is why this is a public health issue. And it's actually really good to see that most Americans are on the side of facts, logic, and reason, and on science, and they're not on the side of people and hacks like Jenny fucking McCarthy and Dr. Oz.